Hey folks, welcome to another AR video. Today I'm going to try something that I've done with the Sony Glasstron in the past. Now with the Sony Glasstron, which I have currently on my head, I can get a tiny little, pretty much 4:3 picture, perfect for old NES games as an example, and I actually showed off an NES game with Super Mario when I demonstrated this particular product. But it's a little bit old at this point. It comes from the 1990s, and I have something a bit more advanced now. So instead of using the Sony Glasstron to play content, I'm going to try a newer game with a newer device. So what am I going to be doing? I'm going to be playing Fall Guys, one of my favorite games from 2020 thus far, and I'm going to be playing it on my Nreal Light. Now the Nreal Light does give you a 1080p screen in each eye, so it's perfect for playing modern PC titles. And as you can see, I've got Fall Guys up on my mobile device. This is a Sony Xperia 5 phone, which has the compatible 855 Qualcomm processor. I've also heard recently that the Nreal Light will work with some Exynos processors, which is exciting. And how am I going to play? I'm playing via Steam Link. Steam Link is an application that lets you stream to another device from Steam, and I'm using a wireless Xbox One S controller. Pretty simple stuff, but pretty excited to show you how it all goes together. I'm going to try to give a picture through the lens of what it looks like on the Nreal Light as well. I don't know how well this is going to work, but I'm going to hold it up against the camera lens so you can hopefully see the same toucan that's currently floating around on my mobile device, but through the lens of the Nreal Light. And you'll probably see me through the lens as well, but you know, that's how it works. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of the fidelity, the sharpness of the image. It may not. But let's go ahead and jump in to some Fall Guys. Alright, so I am faced away from my PC. I'm going to use the Nreal Light exclusively for gameplay. We're going to do a match. What I want to say so far is this feels very much like a huge screen in front of me, but I can still see objects around me. So like right now I'm seeing my dining room table, I'm seeing my friendly cat mascot. I'll pull him into the screen for just a second here. But I can also see the screen with very sharp fidelity. Unfortunately, I don't think I was able to capture the whole screen when I showed the through the lens footage, but I will try again at the end of the video here. Right now we're going to go through Hit Parade, which is one of my favorite levels. I should be able to finish. You also probably can't hear the gameplay audio, but I will try to commentate throughout to compensate for that. So let's adjust the camera so we can see a little bit better. That's one of the tricky things about Fall Guys. They give you all of these different camera angles, but they don't really tell you that you should probably adjust the camera before you move forward here. Now, does using the Nreal Light give you additional advantage, like 3D effects or things of that nature? Not right now, no. From what I understand, if you play the game with a Vortex with the VR headset, it may give you a slight advantage because you can see a little bit more depth with the camera angles, which I don't think can be constituted as cheating, but who's to say? Now I'm stuck. I might not actually finish. Let's see. There we go. Qualified. Now, one of the few things that I've had that I have a pet peeve about with the Nreal Light glasses is I do have to constantly adjust them. There's no hook around your ears at the back. So because of that, I feel like every minute or so I have to push up and adjust the glasses. I do wear corrective lenses behind the Nreal Light, so that might be part of the issue. They also do have different nose pieces, so it might just be I need a better nose piece. I just haven't had a chance to actually change it out. I have worn the Nreal Light for hours at a time. I used it pretty extensively earlier in the week. Someone on Reddit actually asked how long you could wear the Nreal Light, and I exhausted the battery in my phone twice. So around 4 to 4.5 hours I used it. The top black portion right here does get a little bit warm, as does your cellular device though in that time if you're watching a screen the whole time. So it's not abnormal for that to happen. At least I don't think so. Get a little bit quiet on this one because I have to move back and forth between the different platforms. And you never know how crazy these people are going to be shoving and things of that nature. Some people just really like to mosh in this game. And one of the things I can say is because of the field of view difference on the Nreal Light, unless I adjust, I can't really see the number of players that have been eliminated. Which to me, actually, I feel like is kind of a good thing, because I don't have to get nervous about that. Let's get over this blue one. And we qualified. All right. So moving on to the next round here. I'm going to adjust the glasses one more time. Fall Guys is actually a pretty good game for that. You can probably hear the audio faintly. The gameplay audio is pretty good, firing downward into my ear area from the Nreal Light. Now I have worked on development of my own title for Nreal Light. It's a world globe application. I'll be showing off a little bit of that either later in this video if I can figure out how to do video capture, or in a later video. Right now it's just showing the globe rotating, and the controller functionality is just to exit the application. I haven't added actual controller mechanisms where you can like point at different countries and things of that nature. But my goal is to eventually add controller functionality. What I'm hoping for is Nreal is working on releasing a new version of their SDK in the near future. So when that new SDK comes out, I am hoping to also incorporate some of the features, maybe hand tracking or gesture controls or things of that nature, as opposed to using the little point and click control, which for consumers would translate to using your phone as a controller. And I want to keep the phone in your pocket as much as possible with my application. That's my plan, at least. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, as you can see, there's these little jumps and things of that nature on this level. Playing over Steam Link, I have a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi connection. The router is literally one room away in an open environment, so I have pretty good signal. And I'm gonna get eliminated. Oh, that is rough. We got a little bit further than the first level, at least. I would have loved to have like gotten a crown the first time through. Got through 2 levels. Now, as you can see, I'm level 28 right now in game. There are 40 levels per season. We've got, let's see here. Doesn't actually say how many days, unless I missed it. I think we've got around 35 to 40 days left in the season. So I'm hoping to get to that level close to 40 or 40 if we can. They have announced the second season of Fall Guys, and Fall Guys Season 2 is going to feature more medieval levels with castles and wizards and dragon costumes and things of that nature. I really love the character design. Right now I'm wearing a toucan, the tropical toucan as the top half, and a pigeon as the bottom half, because I don't have the tropical toucan bottom yet. But I am working to acquire different things. We recently acquired, my wife and I play this kind of in tandem. One of us will play for a while, the other will take a break. And we've recently acquired a chicken costume, which is pretty sweet. Let's adjust the camera just a little bit. This is Whirligig. I love this level. Some of these levels are clearly inspired by existing Takeshi's Castle levels. Takeshi's Castle, if you aren't aware of it, is a Japanese game show that's really, really close to this concept. There were 100 players in that one, and those players would compete in physical challenges very similar to some of these events. DoorDash and Gatecrash are very, very close to actual events that happen there, but these fan blades and things of that nature are also very reminiscent of things that might have happened in that show, which is great. Now, a lot of people go up that ramp and fight the Whirligig right there. I just go this way usually, and still almost fall and die. Wow. Let's jump over to the other platform. Wow, that was awesome. It actually helped. All right. Let's see if we can get through. Gonna wait for it to, hopefully, one more time. And jump and die. And hit the fan blade. Oh no. We may not make it because I am an idiot. Alright, we have dived. Let's see, can we make it to the top though before we get shut out? We qualified! Yes! Awesome. So back to the Nreal Light, which is a good portion of this video as well. I haven't tried any other users' applications as of yet, but I have been using my Xperia 5 to stream video content, movie content, and things of that nature. This device works really well with the Xperia 5, but the Xperia 5 doesn't yet have Nebula, which is the OS for Nreal, loaded. I don't have the Nebula APK yet, and again, just like that new version of the SDK, they are going to be adding that commercial functional Nreal Light Nebula OS as well. So I'm expecting to have better functionality with it at that point. Right now it's really just giving me a mirror of my Android device's screen, but with Nebula OS I'll be able to actually engage with the AR content that's specifically made for the Nreal device on my phone. I feel like we're getting almost the same levels on here. Let's see here. I'm really not feeling this one. Alright, back over here. Now we're gonna go this way one. Now, one of the other things that people asked about is connecting to a PC. I have a laptop device that has an Optimus graphics controller, and we just fell. Darn. So I don't know if that's the reason for it or not. My USB-C port does not have video out. So not having video out is a challenge for a number of reasons, but the unfortunate thing is I can't pass through the video signal to the Nreal Light device. The Nreal Light does not have a battery on board, so when you plug it in, it's actually sucking up the battery from whatever device it's being plugged into. There's no power delivery on my laptop, so it's basically just giving you the webcam views. So it gives you the view of both the stereo cameras, which are what's used to basically place objects in the world, and the RGB camera, which is in the middle. And I actually made a short clip of that to answer some questions on Reddit. I'll add that to this video as well. I bought a device, the Wacom Link Plus, which is a device that has enabled some PCs to work with USB-C specific monitors, and I was like, this might be the answer, because it again gives that USB DisplayPort alt mode that's needed to pass through video out. But when I plugged it in, I can get the audio pass through and I can get the camera pass through the same as I can if I plugged in directly to the USB-C port, but I can't get the video out. It doesn't recognize it as an external monitor or anything of that nature, unfortunately. So I can't test out the Nreal Light with a PC. I don't have any PCs that have that USB-C video out. But again, I can test PC content via my phone device. So that's been helpful. I've been able to play things like Fall Guys like I'm doing right now. Now from a battery consumption perspective, around 4 hours is the most I can get out of my Xperia 5 using the Nreal Light. The Nreal Light is a total battery hog. I don't know if that will be further optimized in the future. Again, it is rendering an image right now because Nebula is not installed to the phone screen as well as the two screens in front of my eyes. So it's 3 different screens being driven by the battery inside a phone, which is already pretty small. So I'm thinking that will be improved over time. Do DoorDash again here. So DoorDash is, like I said, one of those classic Takeshi's Castle inspired events. This is one absolutely you could see on that show. Maybe not with the giant pit at the end, but otherwise, definitely for sure. Now, I have played probably 50 hours at this point of this game, between different beta cycles and now the real game, and this is one that I absolutely love. I'm really, really glad that Mediatonic came out with this game. It's just something I needed, especially this year with all the craziness that's happened in the world. I'm not into super violent games. This isn't really all that violent. You're just a guy that's falling, or girl. Really just a jelly bean. I also love birds, so I've tried to collect as many bird costumes as I can in the game. So we've qualified. Have to adjust the glasses one more time here. Now, optimal viewing, there's about a 52-inch-ish field of view. That's cut off by the top portion of the glasses here. So my phone is a 21 by 9 screen, not standard 16 by 9. So I think that may actually have something to do with why I enjoy watching and consuming video content on it. I can also lay back with this device, which I can't do with a VR headset, and relax, so I could use it in bed to watch movies or watch content while my partner is asleep, while my wife is asleep next to me. One thing I can say though is my phone does not have a headphone out jack. There's no headphone out jack on the Nreal Light either, so the sound will still fire downward, as you can probably very faintly hear in the microphone. So this is perfect match. This one you're trying to match different fruits. So we've got oranges and grapes. Got an orange, and the grape is right to our right here, and we're going to line up to make sure if we have to move that we can. We're on an orange, and we're headed toward this grape. And we're going to stay toward the center because people like to throw you off. So there's a peach, and a cherry, and a banana, and a grape. peach, cherry, grape, banana. Peach, cherry, grape, banana. I feel like that was 2 grapes in a row. We're gonna go for 3. So we've got a peach, a banana, a cherry, a watermelon, and a grape. You know what? I'm gonna head to the grape. Just because. Cherry. And we fell because I couldn't get there fast enough. Oh well. But I have to say, lots of enjoyment. This opens up the possibility for me to use Fall Guys, which is one of my favorite games, very portably, just using this Xbox One controller and my phone device and the Nreal Light. The Nreal Light is super comfortable. I'm gonna exit out of the game here and give some final thoughts. So this is a little bit better. Again, it's a little bit bright in the room and it's a little bit harder to see, but in front of my eyes, it's a very, very sharp image. Overall, I absolutely love the Nreal Light so far. It's everything that those devices from the 90s wanted to be. It gives you that wide, very clear image in front of your eyes, but also gives you the access to the rest of the world. I can look to my left or right, or even kind of through the lens and see the world around me as I'm playing the game. In a lower light situation, it works fantastic as well. You've got a big screen TV basically in front of your eyes. Once Nebula works, you have access to applications that are directly available through Android and possibly formatted for Nreal Light. One of the things that the Nreal Light ships with is a demo that does a 3D presentation, a bunch of 3D clips. I would love to watch a 3D movie in the Nreal Light. Unfortunately, when I go to like YouTube or other streaming services to try to watch 3D content, it's formatting it in side by side, so you have 2 images side by side as opposed to 1 in each eye. But I'm assuming that Nebula or a third party will enable actual 3D interactions and allow me to watch some more of that awesome 3D content through the glasses, because I can't see 3D content when I'm watching in a movie theater or things of that nature, but side-by-side content in a VR headset or even here in the Nreal Light works great. So I'd love to consume more 3D content also through the glasses. Now this kit is around $1,200. The price at retail for just the glasses is going to be around $500 in the United States. They haven't announced a release date in the United States yet. It's around $585 when translated in Korea right now. It can be purchased through LG U Plus at the current time. I believe you have to actually go into the shop physically to purchase it though. It's not something that you can order if you're not an LG U Plus subscriber at the present time. The consumer version does come with kind of a darkening shade so that you can do more VR related experiences, or darken it so that you have a richer experience without seeing the world around you when you're watching and consuming content. It also has a detachable cable, so with the current Nreal Light device, the cable is fixed to the Nreal Light glasses. I've already got a friend, VR Gamer Dude, that's had some challenges with his dev kit because this cable kind of got frayed a little bit, and now he's waiting for a replacement. Solving that by having it just be a cable as opposed to the entire device needing to be replaced for the consumer model is definitely a smart idea and a point in the right direction for Nreal. Now, one of the drawbacks that I think is definitely going to happen with the Nreal Light is when this comes to market, at least now that it's come to market in Korea, it's going to have a very limited library to support it. And part of the reason behind that is because of all of the challenges that Nreal has had in getting these devices into developers' hands. There's still quite a backlog in getting these out to developers. I ordered mine in November and received it in August, so that gives you an idea of how bad that backlog actually is. But that makes consumers suffer as well, because when you're a consumer and you're purchasing a device, you want to have a whole bunch of content ready to go as soon as you receive the device. The only content that's really available right now for me as a developer are some limited demos that other developers have created, and I don't know if any of those are going to be on the store. I know they're using a store called, I believe, One Store for the Korean market, but Nreal's going to have their own marketplace as well within Nebula. What I can say is it does work great with Android applications. If you've got Android applications that work in landscape mode, fantastic. If you've got Android applications that work in the kind of hold up this way mode, not so much. You've just got kind of a screen in the center of your eye. Not really feeling those. So games like Pokemon Go, which should be awesome because you've got the AR camera mode, not so awesome because you just got a screen in the center and you still have to use the phone as a controller. I'm sure that applications, as more XR viewers come to market, there's probably people already working on enhancements to applications that already exist in the Android ecosystem to make them work with these XR viewers. I'm excited to see what happens with these glasses though, because I do really feel like the Nreal Light is the start of something that's going to replace a smartphone in the future. Hopefully without a cable, just maybe a small battery at the back or something of that nature. And I've already started to see some of that happening. Shadow Creator's got a device that they're going to talk more about in October that looks like just that. It's got a little battery on the side here, makes one of the legs of the glasses a little bit thicker, and it's all contained in one device. I don't know how that connects to a PC or how that connects to a phone, assuming maybe it's Bluetooth. I don't know how you get the fidelity and richness that you get with this device, but I'm excited to see more of these types of device come out, as well as what happens around the consumer launch of the Nreal Light. Nreal Light at $500 is a pretty cool price point when you consider that back in the 90s, these types of device were $800 or $900 and didn't have these little tiny magical computers to work with them. Overall, I'm pretty happy with my purchase for the Nreal Light. I've been a fan since I first put them on my head back in September of last year. It's been almost a year since then. It's hard to think about how that was almost a year ago at this point, but time has accelerated. Development for this device has not really yet. So if you're in the consumer market and you're looking for a device just to play content that you already have access to, if you want a movie player, this thing's awesome. If you want something that's going to give you immersive experiences in augmented reality or a light device, because this is super comfortable to wear for some light VR interactions, there's not a whole lot of content yet. I can't really say pick it up, because unless you're developing content yourself for the device or you're using it in a enterprise function where you're going to deploy a specific project to it, I can't really say, yeah, this is a winner, this is something you want to do. My Magic Leap 1, after a couple of years of being on the market, has a good 100 experiences that I can experience in it. The Nreal Light does not as of yet. So at this point, I would say if you're looking for a media consumption device, $500 price point, super light, super comfortable, able to do a ton with your Android phone. If you have a PC that has USB-C video out, you can plug it into that and it works really well as well. Overall though, if you're looking for it as a device to use as an augmented reality device, I don't think it's ready just yet. I do think that as developers get access to the device, and as newer SDKs that give things like hand interactions, which are not available right now, as opposed to just a point and click laser pointer style controller, or using a phone in that laser pointer style controller capacity, are going to make this a much, much better device. I'm going to leave you right now with a couple of short clips. The first one is a clip of me with the cameras from the Nreal Light that I took a couple of weeks ago. Just want to make sure that I give more of exposure to what the limitations and what the positives are for this device. Okay, so someone requested what the performance would be like. Now this is in pretty much the brightest lighting condition I can possibly have. I've got my hands in front of me. I've got this cat model. The cat is kind of like an off-white. You can see it now in the regular webcam. So you can see kind of how the color looks with the RGB camera and with the monochrome dual cameras. Now, of course, the dual camera, as I do this, you can pick up kind of some of the faint features of my hands and things of that nature. But it is rendering in stereo, whereas the RGB camera is not. So now I'm going to turn down the light, and we'll see what happens. So we have turned down the light. Now I've got a light source that's out to my left here. So it's much darker in the room. You can still kind of see the image of the cat. But again, the recognition of the stereo cameras is just kind of like a green blob in front of me, except for the computer screen. But the cat looks okay with the RGB camera. It's again, it's pretty dark. So that's that. The computer screen is pretty well lit, I have to say. Not too bad. But that's got the backlight of the computer. So let's turn that down now. Now with that down, does that change anything for the cat? It does. For the computer, you can barely see it on the monochrome stereo vision camera. Now what we're going to do is the ultimate darkness test. I'm going to try turning out the external lighting in the other room and see what happens. Alright, so you can't see me barely in the corner anymore, except when I'm in the light of the Brio here, the little lens here. So here's what the cat looks like with very low light. Here's what my hands look like with that very low light. So not a whole lot working with super low light with these three cameras. But this is like the ultimate low light situation. So let's crank up just the PC image here, and already like things are a lot better with just the PC screen in front of me illuminating things. Again, you can see my hand. You can see the cat in front of me. You can obviously see the screen get picked up, like any light source gets very brightly picked up by the stereoscopic camera. I don't know why the stereoscopic camera is green, by the way. That's the image that it casts when I plug the glasses into my PC. Alright, so here is my Globe app. As you can see, the world is rotating here. And I can actually move closer. Trying to do this through the lens with a smartphone, so it's kind of challenging. But as you can see, I can get closer and closer to the globe. And even so close that I can see these small little country names. And that's really what I was looking for, is the ability to update these countries as I go. My goal is to ultimately, there's a pointer, if I rotate around enough, that pointer doesn't really do anything right now except exit the application. That's the controller for the Nreal Light. But I can walk all the way around the globe. Get very close to it. Even for a second there, you saw me go through it with everything being a little bit upside down, because we're actually inside the globe right now. This is based off of a application that is available on the Unity Asset Store. This is not just something that I built myself, but it's something I wanted for myself. If I do release this for the Nreal Light, this is going to be a free application, because it's really just a
pre-existing Unity asset package built and put into the Nreal Light. The author of the package actually did all of the work. But yeah, there's the world in front of me. So that is just a very brief look at the application itself. I apologize that I couldn't get actual video capture working properly. That's a tricky piece right now, as the Nreal Light does not yet have a video capture mechanism. I can't just hit a button to capture video of the application, but I hope this gave you a pretty decent idea of what my application is going to do.
So there you have it. That was kind of an in-depth look and some more of my thoughts about the Nreal Light. The device I have, of course, is the developer kit. The consumer version has just recently started shipping to Korea. I don't have any further information as to when it's going to become available in other countries, but definitely sometime in 2020. And fingers crossed, my application will work and will do something cool, and I'll share that with the world as well. Until next time, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will be back with more AR and VR content soon. Give me an idea if you want to know more about the Nreal Light, if you have any other specific questions. The questions that I answered in this video all came from the Nreal subreddit at reddit.com/r/Nreal. But if you have questions, feel free to put comments in this video or contact me on Twitter at e- or through my email contact information from YouTube as well, or hit me up in the Nreal subreddit. My name's Twinstar, TWYNSTAR on Reddit. I do frequently look at the Nreal subreddit as well. Thanks for watching. I'll be back real soon. See you next time. Bye-bye now.